games, the sideline, but now it's remote and it's a whole different thing. So watching you guys do it, what was it like doing it remotely?
It was kind of surreal, man. It's like you were used to the media scrums and sticking your hand in there, the microphone, and having a conversation that way. You may catch a player in the hallway, say a couple words to him real quick. You may hang around the locker room, whatever it may be. So for everything to be via Zoom, and I didn't know what Zoom was in March, and we've been we've been zooming our tails off, man. So like to not know what it was, to that's now life, where press conferences, shoot arounds, all the interviews go that way. And then we did all the broadcasts from a empty Barclays Center, which was, again, it was like a skeleton of itself. And here we are announcing and doing playoff games. And I'm sitting in the arena that should be packed, that should have people on their feet going crazy, and I can hear my echo. So it was like real surreal to have that experience, and I hope it's something that I never experienced.
Grady's like, nah, we don't need to do that again.
But can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Just doing the broadcast from in the arena, where obviously the game's supposed to be going on, and we're seeing pictures, and it's like you, Iron Eagle, and Sarah, and you're all 6 feet apart. You know what I mean? You have your headsets on, you're on the court, and it's like we're broadcasting the game, but we're not there. Like,
Yeah.
like just the experience of all that.
It's like a different feel, especially from an energy standpoint. So given Ian and Ryan's schedule, I ended up doing play-by-play for 2 of the games, and to create your own energy. So you're just in a room, basically. It's, myself, and there's Sarah right there, maybe Ryan and Sarah, Ian and Sarah, and you just have the television screen. You can hear the sounds and the squeaks of the sneakers and the ball going through the hoop and the 2K audio or whatever it may be. But it's different when when you can feel the electricity of the arena behind you, whether you're at home or whether you're on the road, and that's fueling your energy for the broadcast when there's a spectacular dunk, a big three-pointer, or a big play in crucial moments. Like, imagine what that Luka moment the other night would have been like had that been at American Airlines. Like, the roof would have blown off. You know what I'm saying? So to call that play, the announcers who called that play, or the games that we called, and to do it in a room where it's just you and the other person, it messes with, you just have to mentally go there. You have to just mentally imagine, and put yourself in the shoes of the people who are watching at home. And so we, as you guys know, we have a great, amazing TV crew, staff, top to bottom, behind the scenes, all of that. And we try to make it look as seamless as possible, but it was crazy, for real. It was crazy.
Yeah,
you might have to start next season like that too. I hope not. The way things are going.
Yeah, knock on wood, man. We ain't trying to do that again.
Yeah, it looked crazy from the pictures, Mike. Like, anytime I saw you posting the pictures of just where you or Sarah would be distanced from each other, or when the 3 of you guys were together, or Ian was doing it it was just like.
Yeah.
That's just, and for both Bryan and I have done this. So both Bryan and I know doing play-by-play in color, and I've also done sideline, as you know, Mike. That's just a weird vibe. Did you also miss, in terms of like sideline reporting, did you miss being able to get the information from the team and, kind of delivering it, on the broadcast as you would? It's not the same thing, when you're doing this remote as well.
Yeah, and it's like, you miss that because it gives you little nuggets that you can use in the broadcast, of course. And so now you have to do it through a different means, whether it be, a text here or a DM there, that type of thing. But it's not the same as this guy's just finished shooting around. He's running off the court. Hey, yo, let me rap with you real quick. Let me just get a couple words with you real fast. So it's like that stuff you miss, and just the connections, period. The staff there at, Barclays Center, just walking through and just dapping it up with, security, the amazing ushers, and just everybody there that has a role in making that building. And every time you go in there and, you get your temperature scan, you answer a couple questions. No, I haven't been around, I haven't traveled. Then you go in, it just felt completely different. So it was just really bananas going through that. And with the NFL, we're getting started. I've been doing stuff for CBS. We're not even allowed on the sidelines anymore. We're going to have a designated area, can't even be on the field. Mascots, cheerleaders can't even be on the field. So football is going to be, completely different once that gets rolling around too.
Okay, so two follow-ups there. One, just could you expand on the actual testing portion of it, like when you're going into the arena and you have to go through, the new protocol that seemingly all these arenas are going to have for talent, et cetera, people working there, whatever. And then the football stuff, because, that's coming up and there's still a lot kind of in the air about what they're actually doing about this, at least as it pertains to people on the outside. So could you just elaborate on what you know about that process and what that's
and the football side is evolving, and the football season is going to be coinciding with all of these efforts to get a vaccine rolled out. There are certain cities where COVID isn't being hit as hard, and they're going to have some fans in the stands. That's not going to affect what we do from a broadcast standpoint. I still wouldn't be allowed on the field or whatnot. But right. Miami, for example, announced they're going to have 13,000 people in the stands. Nobody's going to be at MetLife. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to have a completely different
Miami,
vibe.
Huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's wild.
Wait, so Miami's going to have people in the stands, but New York, MetLife, you can't?
You can't.
All right. I would say to ask you to make it make sense to me, Mike, but I know that's not your job to do.
Like, there's no way. So the NFL stuff is still evolving, but there's going to be a protocol in terms of the nasal testing, before, you need a negative test. And then when you get on site for the games, you have to get there at a certain time and go through a whole bunch of screening processes as far as that's concerned too. And with the NFL, you probably will get to a city on a Thursday, and it's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type situation. And typically, you would gather and meet with people, meet with players and different things like that. You may have a team dinner, the broadcast team dinner and different things like that. It's really, the meetings and all that type of stuff will still take place, but there's going to be a lot of isolation. And there's going to be a lot of, you may get in the car with, 4 people on the staff, producers, behind the scenes guys may crash and carpool, maybe 2 to a car. It's like everything, going out to eat different. You can't go out to eat anymore. It's they're taking a very cautious approach, but a very smart approach. And it's going to be very different from what I experienced last year, which was my first year with it.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that, Mike? Because it is very different, and the travel and everything involved in it too. How are you feeling? Because I haven't been really traveling for work lately, but how do you feel about all that?
I'm happy to be working, fam. I'm happy and thankful to be working, and we've been bottled up and haven't really been doing anything, and haven't really been going places. The furthest I've gone, I went to, Bristol, Connecticut. Not in Bristol. I went to Stamford, Connecticut to do a Liberty broadcast. Again, calling it off of, television. I've been to Brooklyn, but other than that, I really hadn't gone anywhere. I did a little camping trip. So that I miss getting on a plane. I miss going places. I understand the restrictions, and I take, what's going on extremely seriously. But to have an opportunity to go and have a sense of normalcy, even though there's nothing normal,
right?
How new everything is, I'm here for it, man. I'm just really hopeful that things will get back to normal, that a vaccine will be rolled out. We can get fans in the stands. We can save lives. We can, return to normal. And So I can't really. It's so different. I can't really complain about it though. It's so different, but I'm just happy to be doing it. I'm not a sideline reporter anymore. I'm a booth reporter.
A booth reporter.
I ain't gonna touch the sideline.